Thank you so much for joining me today, Ken. Could you please tell me a little bit about your business?
I own a company called the Professional Edge Painting. We do interior, exterior house painting. We also do deck refinishing. We stain fences, do some handyman services, that sort of thing.
Yeah, a lot of local work, it sounds like. Where do you kind of operate out of?
I work in the 119 corridor. So it's basically Longmont, Boulder, and Frederick, Firestone.
One of my major kind of talking points in this project is the power of recirculation and money going back into the community. Can you tell me a little bit about why you think people should perhaps spend locally with you instead of a national company like CertaPro?
Well, first of all, CertaPro is a franchise. So it's a lot like owning a McDonald's or any other franchise operation. The painters themselves are local, but they pay a chunk of their income back to CertaPro on a national basis. With a local professional, you are paying them directly, and they take their income and put it back into the neighborhood.
Yeah, what kind of places come to mind when you think of putting it back into the neighborhood? Do you have employees on staff?
I have two employees who work for me. Basically, when we put back into the community, you're talking restaurants, you're talking bookstores, movie theaters, local businesses, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And just off the top of your head, do you happen to have a favorite local business here in Longmont?
A favorite local business.
Favorite restaurant, perhaps?
We have a couple pizza places that we like. Mama Mead's, Smack Daddy's. I would say those are my three main goes.
Can you tell me, what do you think is the number one driver of your business?
Word of mouth is the number one driver of my business. Whether it's the sign out front or sticking the tall ladder up on the house as people are coming home from work and thinking, oh, I really don't want to go up there. I don't want my husband to go up there. And then just neighbors who are satisfied with my work, telling other neighbors, hey, if you need your house repainted, Ken just painted mine. That's the way to go. And then, you tell a family member, they tell a friend, they tell a coworker, next door neighbor, and that's the main driver of my business.
You started Professional Edge a little bit after the '08 housing crisis and recession.
That was in 2002, and I was unemployed for about 13 months, painted the inside and outside of my house, and decided I was going to use my skills and my previous experience to start my own company. I wanted to be self-employed, and did that for about 5 years. Went through a divorce, thought I needed to go back to the corporate world to get a steady paycheck and the benefits. Did that for a year and a half, got laid off again, and I had two young kids and said, the heck with it, I'm gonna go back to being self-employed. And I'll never be Rockefeller, but I will always be there. I saw every school event, coached every youth sports team, attended every practice, helped out with the homework. I was there. And that was the number one driving force in my life, was being there for my kids, and being self-employed allowed me to do that.
Yeah, I think it's, some really special values to prioritize in your life.
It's definitely a priority thing. Like I said, I never became Rockefeller. I'm very comfortable, but I have a great relationship with my kids today. So.
And just lastly, bouncing off of the word of mouth that your business relies upon, how important is that right now, especially as the economy is starting to tighten up a bit?
So I have several sources of leads that I pay for. Angie's List, Home Pro Advisor. I get more work from word of mouth. Property managers who give me repeat business. Realtors who give me repeat business. much more important than the leads that I pay for,
Yeah.
which are very expensive. Word of mouth doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah. I think that's probably the most important message we leave off with.